Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast for you. This week, I still wanted to see The First Omen, but I decided to see a different kind of horror movie, and I went to see Civil War. And I decided that I would go and see this in IMAX, because I figured it'll only be in IMAX for a week, because it's not really an IMAX movie, but there's like nothing else out, so I saw it in IMAX, so it was nice and big, which there are some really, really stunning visuals in this film that are like amazing on the big IMAX screen. The performances are also very good. Kirsten Dunst is tremendous, but I don't know if I really liked it. The thing is that I understand Alex Garland kept the politics like vague, you know, so you have the Western forces, you know, moving in on Washington, D.C., and they don't really get into the politics of it, and I understand that as a way of, like, you know, keeping the conflict vague so that you focus on the journalists that are covering it. That's the plot of the movie, is their journey from New York City to Washington, D.C., and because the roads are all out, they have to go all the way around and through like West Virginia and stuff. So that's the movie, is their quest, and there are lots of very like tense, terrifying scenes and just great visuals, as I said. But then they get to the ending, and during the climax of the film, something happens, no spoilers, but something happens that I thought was kind of stupid and forced and unearned, and I just objected to it, and it kind of soured the whole movie for me, and I felt like it didn't stick the landing, and the credits are rolling, and I'm just like, I just don't think I understood what Alex Garland was trying to say with this movie. Like, I don't get it. So maybe that's just me. I know a lot of people love it. I also know a lot of people hated it. But I'm sort of in the middle. Like, I think it's well made and it was really good up until the ending that just didn't land for me, and then it left me feeling like I didn't get it. So your mileage may vary. I also wanted to talk about the Fallout TV show that just dropped on Amazon. I didn't expect it so soon. I'm not done with Shogun, and I wanted to try 3 Body Problem, but I still haven't gotten to that yet. The problem is that Amazon dropped all 8 episodes of Fallout at once, and I hate the binge model so much. Like, I'm not done with Shogun because Hulu is releasing them 1 a week, and they're not done yet, so I'm not done with that. But 3 Body Problem is just sitting over there on Netflix waiting for me to watch it, because Netflix always drops everything at once, and it's annoying. Because I come from the weekly television model. I'm old school. I'm from before VCRs, when you had to watch TV live, for crying out loud. So I like the weekly model because it lets you, you know, soak in the episode, sit on it, anticipate the next one, wonder what's going to happen next. So you have, like, it builds anticipation, it can build excitement. You can also build word of mouth, as people are like, oh, you've got to watch this new show. There's only 2 episodes now. You can still get caught up. When it's a binge thing, I'm like, I know that there are people out there who are going to watch all 8 hours of Fallout in like a day or 2. And then I've got to avoid spoilers from the people who watch it, because there's 8 episodes. That's going to take me at least a month or 2 to get through the whole show. So I got to avoid spoilers, which is just rude. So I hate the binge model a lot. Also, they dump it and it just feels like they don't care. Do you know what I mean? So about the show, I thought the show was good. I've only seen the first episode so far. It's dead on accurate. Like, they used the game design documents to build the sets and costumes and props. Everything is like perfect. It all looks amazing. And my only problem was you're following this character of Lucy in the vault, and it does follow, like, it does feel like the plot of one of the games, because, you know, someone leaves the vault in order to search for a missing family member. So the problem was that halfway through the show, it suddenly cuts away to this other character named Maximus, and he's part of the Brotherhood of Steel, and I never liked the Brotherhood of Steel, honestly. So I was less interested in what they were doing and their plotline. And I don't like him as a character yet, because he's too shut down and, like, mysterious, and it's like, oh, did he sabotage that or not? Like, and I know it's left up in the air on purpose, but it just makes him as a character, I can't get behind him. You know, I don't like him because I don't know him. And then at the very end, they also throw in a quick scene with the Ghoul, who's the other main character, and it just sort of, like, detracts from the pace that they've been building with Lucy in the vault. And I feel like this first episode should have just been Lucy in the vault and ended with her going out into the real world, because halfway through that, at the end of the episode, she does go out and leave the vault and go out into the wasteland, but it lost its impact because you'd already gone outside with the other two segments. So I was like, you kind of shot yourself in the foot there. I think they just wanted to get the power armor into the first episode somewhere, so they decided to cut it in or something. So I don't know, maybe the other episodes will balance between the plot lines better, and they won't feel so squeezed in. And of course, I'm sure that the characters will all intermingle at some point, but probably not till the very end. But yeah, if you're a fan of the games, and you have Amazon, definitely, it was very good. It was fun. It had that great dark humor. It's a very accurate adaptation. Faithful, very faithful. As for games, you'll be very proud of me because I did actually play Super Mario RPG. I did not let myself get tempted by anything else and distracted, except for, you know, obviously streaming Fallout and stuff. But I was a little concerned about jumping back in after so many months of not playing it. But thankfully, it's a turn-based RPG, so the controls aren't, like, super complex. So it's not like I had to relearn the control schemes and stuff. So it wasn't that hard. The only thing I had to really relearn was the button timing to do extra damage or take less damage, which I was never very good at that anyway. So I think I got back to where I was pretty quickly. It was, I'm still not great, but at least I'm not missing every single one. And luckily, I was also at the end of an area, so I was able to just, like, stock up on mushrooms and make sure my armor and weapons were topped up. And then I just moved on to the next place, which was the Moleville, where I could just start a new section, And I went through Moleville pretty quickly. I was surprised at how quickly it went, and I got to a save point, and I saved the game, and then I went and made dinner. And then while dinner was in the oven, I was like, let me just turn this back on again and just check out the boss fight, see how hard it is. And it wasn't that bad at all. And I was like, done. And then I got the star piece, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess. Sure. So I was very surprised at how quickly I was able to do, like, an entire section of the game like that. And I'm like, I'm flying through this game. And so I looked it up online, and apparently it's only like 15, 17 hours. So it's not one of those, like, 40 to 80 hour RPG experiences. It's much shorter, which I don't mind. It's good. It'll help me get through it faster. And that's good because I find myself not, like, I enjoy the game. When I'm playing it, it's really charming and it's a lot of fun. Like, I just did Booster's Tower, Booster is freaking hilarious. I love his character design. I thought he was awesome. And, like, there was some platforming in there which was not great. They keep doing that, like, every so often. Like, at the end of the mines, after you finish the boss fight, there's a frickin' minecart section where you're like doing minecart platforming in a minecart, and it's kind of annoying. And And then there was another one with Booster where you're like chasing up a hill and doing jumping barrels like Donkey Kong. Thankfully, those don't have any real like repercussions. It's not like you can fail them. At least I haven't. I don't think you can. So they don't like inhibit you from getting to the next part of the game, because that would suck. If there was a platforming section that I couldn't do and then I couldn't finish the game, I'd be so mad. So there's just sort of like mixing up the gameplay, I guess. So it's fine. But there's like, you know, when I'm playing Super Mario RPG, it's fun, it's charming, it's hilarious. Like the bit in the Booster's Castle where I suddenly turned into an old school Mario sprite, that was weird. I don't know why that was. I don't think it had a purpose. I think it was just to be weird, which is great. It's fine. But when I'm not playing Super Mario RPG, I'm not thinking about playing Super Mario RPG, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not like with, that's why I ended up playing, of my 2 Christmas presents, I played Avatar more and Super Mario RPG fell by the wayside because I couldn't wait to get back to play more Avatar because I wanted to explore more and I wanted to see what was over here and I wanted to do this and that. And it just, because it was this big open world, it just sort of drew me in and I was like, I want to explore this and Super Mario can wait. So it's a little difficult. It's not that Super Mario is bad. The RPG, Super Mario RPG is super fun. It's great, but only while I'm playing it. I find myself not thinking about like, oh, I can't wait to play it more later tonight, you know? I can't wait to see what happens next, you know? It's not like that. But it's still good. So I'm glad that it's not super long because it means I'll be able to get through it faster. And speaking of Avatar, I realized after I uploaded the last episode where I talked about finishing it, I forgot to offer any final thoughts, which I meant to do, but it just slipped my mind. And so I will do that now. Avatar, as you might know, if you've been watching recent episodes where I talked about Avatar, I very much enjoyed the game. If you are a fan of the Avatar movies, definitely play this game because exploring Pandora is like amazing. The only thing that would be more amazing is if it was a VR game, so it would be like super immersive 3D, like the movies, you know. If you're not a fan of the movies, you might still enjoy the game because it looks great, it plays good, the story is solid and interesting, and it is a lot of fun, so you might still enjoy it. And being that it didn't sell super great, you can probably get it on sale for probably half off or more. Wait a little while, it'll be even more. And you can get it super cheap. But I only complaint about the Avatar game, as you might know if you've been watching recent episodes, was the leveling system. The fact that the leveling system, you don't get experience points and you have to like collect skill points that will level you up. And then you also have to do the weapons and armor level you up. As you upgrade your weapons and armor, that also levels you up. And that entails a lot of crafting, which was kind of annoying because you have to go and find specific ingredients of a specific quality. And there were a whole bunch of things that I wanted to craft, but I'm like, I am not wasting my time going to get an exquisite reed or a superior shell fruit, you know, whatever. That was just like, it felt like busy work. So thankfully though, I did get to the end and I didn't need to craft those like special weapons. It might have been easier if I had, but I didn't really have any problem finishing the game with the weapons that I was able to do through just playing the game and not really going out for special supply runs. So yeah, very good. Oh, one last thing before I go, I wanted to mention they had a new trailer for Star Wars Outlaws. It was a story trailer, gave you a sense of the plot, and I was very surprised to find out that it's coming out at the end of August. Like, when I first heard about this game, I felt like it felt like it was like way, way off. This is like, here's a teaser of the game. It's way, way off. You know, it won't be out for a long while. And now all of a sudden here it's coming, and I'm just like, oh, what am I supposed to do now? Because I'm like, now I have to decide, is Star Wars Outlaws something that I want to get day one? You know, like a Spider-Man or a Horizon Zero Dawn or something where, you know, I want it on day one. Or do I say, you know what? I still haven't played Jedi Survivor. Let me go buy that, and then it'll be on sale, and then I can play that, and then by the time I get around to Star Wars Outlaws, that'll be on sale. You know? I don't know. if it's going to be a day one purchase. Because also the reviews could come out and be like, no, don't play this game, it's broken, wait for them to patch it, whatever. I mean, I don't expect it to be terrible, honestly. It looks really good, and I think I would very much enjoy it, and I kind of want to play it, but I have to decide whether it's going to be a day one purchase, or I'll play something else and then get it later on down the road when it's on sale. I don't know. I've got a few months to think it over. It's not till the end of August, so I have talked way too much this episode, and I apologize for making this a very long episode, so come back next time, and I promise it'll be shorter. Bye!